Welcome back to Fighter Crypto. My name is Chase, level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to do our altcoin of the day looking at AVAX. So we have the weekly chart in front of us here. I'm going to show you some targets, what my thoughts are on it, and potentials moving forward. So let's get right to it. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Twitter, Telegram, Patreon for more content. Links are below. Let's look at our first level. If we come back down here, right, we're looking at the EMA 8 right now. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Right, the EMA 8 is this red line. So we're doing our best, battling right there. We don't necessarily have to go lower, right? But if we do, right, here's already a 33% move down, right? And even with the wick, we're looking at 38%. So plenty enough of a correction to continue the move. So we could very well bounce here. However, if we don't, and we come back down lower, our next target is going to be the previous high from August of 2022. That closed at $28. So that would be your next spot. And that is also coinciding with this purple line, the EMA 14. So that's around $28. So that would be our next spot to be looking at. What happens next? The bigger spot, if that doesn't hold, which would be the 21-week EMA at $25. Usually a lot of coins tend to revert back to that on these after these bigger moves. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily it's going back there immediately. If you give it a couple more weeks, it could very well be at that $28 level. So have patience. You can see it's rising week over week. If we don't bounce here and we start to come down lower this week, next week, or March, right? Still watch that 21-week EMA for reaccumulation. If that doesn't hold and we do in fact go below that, really kind of my worst case scenario would be this zone, right? Look at how many touch points all the way back to September 2022, right here, right here, right here, several, another one again, more hesitations here. So many attempts. The more touch points the zone has, the stronger it becomes. So that is my kind of worst case scenario. I don't anticipate they're going down this low because that would be a significant correction, right? We're looking at, over 50% to the downside from the peak. Shouldn't really be doing that. I would imagine a major Bitcoin disruption if that is occurring. But just wanted to let you know the worst case scenarios and each step down along the way. Now let's focus on the good. If we bounce here or down here, right, where's our next upside target? I'm glad you asked. Let's look at our Fibonacci scale, right? So let's go from our swing highs up here to our swing lows, and noting also, look at where we have topped out at, right at the 618, the golden zone, right? The 618 going back down now through the 0.5. So if we go back down further, right, there's a 382, right, coinciding with that 21-week, $25, $26 area. That also kind of backs that thesis up. If we go up higher, we want to be looking at 786 around the $80 mark. That kind of coincides with all of this kind of confluence zone over here. So our peak over there, $98. Once we break 100, I think AVAX will really take off, kind of like it did, past bull run. It just makes these, super jumps, right? These are pretty big jumps and very quickly. So AVAX has the capability, certainly the fundamentals to back this up. And we're just trying to, build structure here. So 1, 2, 3, right? Something crazy like this is not that crazy, right? Just making these moves from 25 to 80, right? This is really our next target, and not that wild out there, right? We made a pretty massive move off these lows. Whoops, these lows. Let's try that again. Off the lows, it was 450% move roughly, right? Why can't we do that roughly again, right? It's not even close to doing that. If we bounce off, say, the 21-week, right? Let's take that loosely fit. We're looking at a 200% move off of there, right? That's still not even to all-time highs and just getting warmed up for, alt season and the bull run. So good signs ahead for AVAX. Still a believer in that. Got a good bit of that, or should I say Celsius has a good bit of that. But looking good. Let me know any of your comments, questions down below. AVAX requested coin of the day. What's your next? What else do you want to see? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you want my picture moved? Is your dog named Sally? I mean, all these things could be important. All right, let's go to a quote of the day. If we desire respect for the law, we must first make the law respectable. I get it. It's just boring. Let's get some more profoundness going in, right? Where's some Taylor Swift quotes? All right, card of the day. McLaren 765 LT, my favorite car under a $500,000. That is, we're going the wrong way. That's another McLaren. We're going to stick to the 765. And one of the best rear ends on a car you could possibly ask for. Quad exhaust, titanium, steel, rivet, mesh. You can open engine. I mean, just let off the heat. Active aero, spoiler. Amazing. If you couldn't tell, I like these a little bit. All right, look at this floor. I have this in my garage. Maybe I'll do a picture of my garage at some point. Let me know if you want to request that. Crickets. All right, I'll see you on the next video. Hopefully you found this somewhat helpful, mildly entertaining. Mildly helpful, somewhat entertaining. Either way, take your pick.